Dart Skill presents line graphs. A line graph is usually useful in displaying data that changes over time. Let me show you an example. Emmy took 8 short maths quizzes over a period of 4 weeks. Following table shows her scores out of 10 on each of her quizzes. Draw a line graph for the data. And we have the test number on one side and her scores on the other side. Bring on a graph paper and let's represent the test number on the x-axis and the scores on the y-axis. So let me just write that down. This is the test number. And the test number starts from 1. Test 0 doesn't have any meaning. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And on the y-axis we have the scores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and we just managed that 10. All we are going to do is now look at the test number and look at the corresponding score and plot that point on this graph paper. So for test number 1, the score is 6. So we have 1 and 6. It's this point. For test number 2, we have a score of 7. So 2 and 7 is here. 3 and 9 is here. Then we have a 4 and 8. 4 and 8. 5 and 8. 6 and 7. So we have 6 and 7. 7 and 10. She scored 10 out of 10 on her 7th test. And finally 8 and 9. Scored 9 on her last test, test number 8. All that we need to do now is join these points with straight lines. And here comes your line graph for this table. Technically speaking, we should be starting from a score of 0 here. I didn't write that down because I didn't see a score of 0 on this chart. But that point still represents a score of 0. Let's have a look at another one. The table below shows Monty's weight in kilograms as measured over a period of 6 months. Draw a line graph for the data. So we have the months on one side, January through June, and Monty's weight in kilograms on the other side. And like we did on the other one, we have the months on the x-axis. The time is always expressed on the x-axis. And Monty's weight in kilograms on the y-axis. So we have the months. And we have the weights in kgs. And we could start from January, February, March, April, May, and we have June here. On the y-axis, we could use a different range, not necessarily start from 0, because from the table, I could see that the weights vary only between 40 and 50. So I'm going to say this is 40, and then we have a 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. The weight in January was 40 kilograms. So we have a 40 for January, 41 for February. This is February. 41, 43 for March. So we have 43 for March, 45 for April, 45 for April, 47 for May. So we have May and 47, and finally 50 for June. So we have June and we have 50. And time for us to draw the lines. And here comes the line plot for this data.